Welcome to Gainesville, Florida, and the swamp, where, as they like to say here, only the Gators come out alive. This place is cranked up and ready for a big game today. All of us feeling very lucky to be here. Number 1 versus number 2. It is built to this, and the college football world is just stopping to watch and see what happens in this game. Could very well be a preview of a playoff matchup, as we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on the winners of 5 straight, the Florida Gators. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. And the kickoff goes out the back of the end zone, so a touchback. So Florida's offense comes on the field first today. And here comes that star wide receiver, certainly one of the focal points of the offense, one of the best in college football. He has that kind of, yeah, I'm him aura. I'm the best player on the field.
The field? This guy crawled out of the bed, thought he was the best. He's confident, but he carries it as a guide for his team. It gives them confidence because they know that when he's...
Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
Ball handed off. He shreds the tackle. It's a fumble. The defense recovers the fumble.
That is tough for the ball carrier here because not only does he take a big hit, but now you're about to get an earful from your coach on the sideline after that turnover.
Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. It's an RPO. The quarterback gets it out quickly. And he's brought down after a big first down gain. It's second and short. Maybe an opportunity, Kirk, to take a shot here.
Just a good job here by the quarterback. Got the ball out to his receiver. His guy eats up some yards. They stay ahead of the sticks.
The ball is handed off out of the shotgun. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off.
Down goes the quarterback. It's a sack.
The defender did not bite on the fake at all. They were in pass rush mode the entire time.
Sack sets up a second down and long. And he drops back in the gun. Pressure coming, and they've got him again.
Well, they're making this offensive line really think and communicate. Bringing different blitzes. This time the outside linebacker gets to the quarterback and comes up with a big sack for the D.
So bad plays on first and second down puts him in a tough spot here. Third and very long. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
Man, I can't believe that. They bring the blitz on third down and long, but give them credit. It works out perfectly. They bring the pressure, and it pays off.
Returner tackle right there. That's where they'll start the drive. And the Florida offense retakes the field. They got into plus territory last time, but the drive ended on a fumble. They got to shake that off immediately. Here's the first play of the drive now. They begin at the 19. On first and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. He's escaping the pocket now. And he heads out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run.
I love that this guy's not willing to just give up on plays. You know, he's got enough athletic ability to give you some positive yards in the run game, and he's able to do that right here.
Now it's second down here. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Second down, we're going to throw it. Hit as he released it. It's incomplete. He took a hit as he threw the football, and it brings up a third down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains off that incompletion. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. They don't convert. In fact, he's tackled for a loss on that third down play.
Yeah, I really like the idea on third down. I can kind of see the thought process there. Make an unconventional call on third down. Sometimes that can work out, but the defense was just prepped and ready for it this time.
Fourth down. He's throwing for it. Makes the catch, and the offense will keep this drive going. And the game just good enough for a first down. The Gators come to the line to start a fresh set of downs.
I thought the defense did a pretty good job here on this fourth down, but how about the quarterback? Throws an absolute laser to get that one in there for the first down.
They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down, but instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Off the RPO, caught to the right. Powers through. And he'll head out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for a first down.
Of all the receivers to lose track of, it's this guy, one of the best receivers in the entire country. Lucky that wasn't a score.
The Gators are looking to keep this drive going. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Looking to throw again. Receiver makes the catch. He's brought down, but the game moves the ball to the 39. They bring him down, but the junior quarterback showing off the cannon.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers usually are a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside, not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
From the pocket, delivers over the middle. Tackle made at the 26-yard line. This offense getting closer to the red zone.
The tight end drag route is the perfect option for an offense looking to scheme that position open for some yardage. Perfect execution here for a first down.
First down, looking to throw the football. Caught in the flat by the running back. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
Boy, it's so easy to get caught up in the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. Forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
And the Gators line up with a first and goal. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. Couldn't quite get there. Brought down at the 2. Second and goal for the offense. That's a design quarterback keeper. And he gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Florida.
Chris, that's what I love about this quarterback. It's a great touchdown, but he shows you his versatility. We know he can throw it, but here he shows you his speed and how he can make the defense pay for that as well.
Going after, got right through. And the return starts just inside the end zone. Tackle at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. And the Rebels offense is back out on the field. They were forced to punt last time. Can they get this offense going finally? Get some points out of this possession. Offense will keep it on the ground here.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
They look to throw it here on second down, trying to extend the play. He's going to take off. And the runner steps out of bounds, but does have enough yardage to pick up the first down.
Oh, this is a great job here. Looks downfield, nobody open, takes off and tries to use his legs to go for it. It gets to the sidelines, gets out of bounds, avoids the hit, and most importantly, he got that first down.
Into the field. We're ready now for the second period. So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Looks downfield and connects with a wide open wide receiver. They stop him at the 49, but that'll be a first down. The Rebels looking to crank up the tempo a bit.
Boy, really nice throw here to the slot receiver, and I love the quickness that he has after the catch. He's essentially a running back playing at that slot position. Dangerous years after he makes a catch.
Second down coming up.
What's the play call here on second down for this offense? It's a shotgun run call. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just wanting to battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
The pocket breaking down. And that pass rush has trapped him. It's a sack.
I can't believe the amount of pressure this defense is getting on this quarterback. Sack after sack. Well, you've got to think about changing things up. The snap count, the scheme, anything at all to help this offensive line. They're overmatched so far in this game.
And the returner will be brought down. And the Florida offense is back out on the field now. They were clicking last time. Great protection. The pitch and catch was solid. Right down for a touchdown. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Here comes a first down pass attempt. It's a deep throw down the right sideline. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. A quick spin move. That's a potential game changer. The pick and the big return.
Not a real good throw here. He put too much air under the ball, turned into a floater. Now defensively, this is a dream. All you're thinking in that situation is, just don't drop it. It's almost like a fair catch on a punt.
And the offense gets a chance to start with a short field. They're going to run it. Mack gets the carry. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
I tell you, this defense continues to just be physical at the line of scrimmage. Offense can't do anything on the ground, and by doing that, this defense is allowing their defensive front to get pressure on the quarterback. Every time they drop back to throw, they become a one-dimensional offense.
Handoff here from the shotgun. Fights through a tackle. They get him down, but that's a solid gain.
When you can get good chunks of yardage like this on early downs, it just keeps you on schedule, leading to more manageable third down situations. Never underestimate the value of consistently getting 4 more yards a pop like that.
Solid gain in the running play. Third down now. Goes to his right side there for the completion. Moves the football to the 30. Good enough for a first down.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on third down, get him the ball.
They attack the deep middle of this defense, Kirk, come up with a big play.
Nice job giving that quarterback time to throw. Good job of making that read to the middle of the field and working against those safeties, and a big play is the result.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
I mean, Chris, you have to admire this offense. They continue to try to sprinkle in the run game, even though it's not been able to really get established. But they're not just becoming one-dimensional. You got to respect that, and hopefully at some point it'll pay off.
Backed up to the 5-yard line now for second and goal. Here's a handoff testing the middle. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
And they get stopped here on second down. It's going to bring up a third and goal situation. And from this far back out, wouldn't be surprised to see them go through the air. Just don't want the quarterback to take a sack here. Make sure he gets the ball out of his hands quickly.
The offense has been moving backwards here. Now a long way to go on third and goal. Quarterback drops back. They trap him and sack him back at the 10.
I mean, that's another sack, Chris. I mean, we're just getting started here. First half, you're already talking about giving up 3 sacks. You got to think about changing things up schematically, help that offensive line, and help that poor quarterback before he gets killed.
Kick is up and no good. After the miss, still down by 7.
Boy, this guy's usually more reliable than this. I thought that was going to be an easy field goal and 3 points, but instead, he misses, so you walk away with nothing.
Looking to throw it on first down. The pass is incomplete. Second down after that previous play. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. Forced out of bounds after a big game. This offense set up with a first down.
I really love the way more and more offenses are using the receiver in motion pre-snap. Give him a chance to get the football with a couple blockers in front of him. He's got all that speed built up. You get the ball in his hands, and you better look out. He could be off to the races.
So the offense with the 1st and 10 now. The football placed exactly at midfield. Back in motion now. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Airing this one out toward the sideline. And it's intercepted right near the goal line. Not much on the return, but the defense comes up with a takeaway.
Chris, if you're going to make that throw, that's called a 2-ball. That means it's got to be on a line. Here he puts it way up in the air and allows the defender to come over and make a play on the ball. Great job by the defense.
And the defense all over that running play. They stop and go out to 2.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle.
Oh, and this is going to wind up as a safety.
Man, that is a big-time play with this defense. Not only do they get a couple points, they get the football back as well. It should give these guys a spark and some momentum.
They bring it down at the 41. The return team does a solid job there. The Gators offense retakes the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. So the first play of the drive here coming up, less than 2 minutes left on the clock. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. He's got an open man downfield, and it's caught. They bring him down, but the gain moves the ball into enemy territory at the 43. Little eye candy here from the offense, some pre-snap motion. And looking to throw now on 1st down. The ball is free in the backfield. The offense falls on the fumble, keeps possession. The Gators will come to the line to crank up the tempo. Receiver in motion now. Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. Oh, it's incomplete. A rare drop from an excellent wide receiver. Brings up 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass you got to have to come up with and make a catch.
Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. He's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
Well, the defense picks the right time to get after this quarterback. 3rd down, critical down and distance. Do a good job of dialing things up and good coverage downfield. He didn't have anywhere to go with the ball.
4th down, looking to throw for it. Flips it to the running back, but he's got work to do. He did not get it. A crucial play by this defense. What a 4th down stop. And the Ole Miss offense is back out on the field. Not a whole lot of time remaining before halftime to cut into this lead. 1st down, looking to throw the ball. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up 2nd down. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Oh, the sack is made there by the freshman. Timeout is called to talk strategy late in this close game with halftime approaching.
If I'm on this offensive line, man, I do not want to see the game film. This has been a tough game for the big boys. It appears almost like they've just been moonwalking the entire game, and they've been pushed all around. That's 6 sacks surrendered already in this game.
He's not going to get the 1st down. It's 4th down now. They'll kick it away here. They make the tackle as time expires. That'll do it for the 1st half. Miller's going to wrap up the 1st half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors for our halftime update.
All right, guys, you've been calling a magnificent game there in Gainesville so far. And we can't get very far into this halftime breakdown without talking about that stud linebacker. The kid's been everywhere all at once through 2 quarters. From clogging gaps to causing turnovers, he's been a one-man gang. Public enemy number 1 for that opposing sideline. And on that note, time to throw it back to our guys at the stadium.
All right, thank you for the update, Kevin. Appreciate it. The Gators will kick this deep and begin the 2nd half. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. And the Ole Miss offense is back out on the field. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? And they'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. That strong run defense, not much of a gain on the play.
Christian, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
They've got him. Defense comes up with a sack.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
Now on 3rd and very long, looking to throw. That deep shot is caught for a big gain. Oh, and he's free down the left side. Can they run him down? Get him. He's in. Touchdown, Rebels.
Oh, just outstanding execution here by this offense. The offensive line gives the quarterback time, and the quarterback's anticipation was on point. Puts that ball right in the money. The receiver, all he had to do was turn and catch the ball for that touchdown.
Now the kickoff team is out on the field. So no return on this one. Ball just bounces into the end zone for a touchback. And the Florida offense retakes the field. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Pre-snap motion from the offense. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. They'll actually lose yardage after the catch. The defense all over him that time.
Well, that's one of those plays that works better against certain defensive looks, but not every defense is the same. They were all over that one. Let's see if they continue to attack to the outside on the perimeter to set something up downfield.
Running out of time in the pocket. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Quick throw caught over the middle. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down.
A nice find there by the quarterback on third down. One of the most telling stats for me at the end of the game is how you do on third down. Being a good third down team.
And he throws his third interception of the day. Not much on the return there, but the takeaway will set up the offense at the 38.
Really nice job of mixing up the looks here by this defense. Sometimes man, sometimes zone. They fool the quarterback here completely, and he throws the pick.
And the powerful Ole Miss offense is back out on the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop?
Well, the offense goes with a counter play here, and the defense does a pretty good job of slowing it down. Again, you got to be disciplined on defense. Just when you think they're running on the front side, they run that counter play, and you better be home on the back side.
It's a quick grab. Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup is good enough to move the chains. First down.
Chris, it's so easy to get excited about the receivers on the outside and their ability to make big plays, but the slot receivers are just as exciting, especially with their finesse, quickness, and ability to make guys miss in the middle of that field.
Play action here on first down. Makes the throw across the middle of the field. He's a wide-open receiver, complete. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Will take the lead in the second half. So they find the reliable tight end, and he makes the defense pay that time.
You know, the receivers a lot of times get most of the attention, but don't forget about how potent a tight end can be. When you've got a player like this who can run routes, you got a serious weapon that they can utilize, and they just did right there.
The kickoff, a little too hot to handle, goes through the end zone for a touchback. And the Florida offense is back out on the field now. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. Second down after that run on the previous play. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. It's a nice wrap up there by the junior. And the Gators come up to the line in a hurry up. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. They've converted one of their 2 fourth down attempts so far. Looks like we're going to get a 3rd attempt right here. And he can't connect. The gamble doesn't pay off.
I think they're going to end up regretting going for this one, Chris. I wouldn't have gone for it. What's wrong with punting it away? And again, I get being aggressive, but you got to be smart on when to go for it and when to punt.
And they've got him at the 5. Great run to set up scoring position here.
Well, that's what you love to see from an offense. The offensive line and the running back in sync, working together, and it pays off. What a big gain. Thought he might be close to being able to take it all the way to the end zone, but the defense just brings him down there inside the 5.
It's 2nd down and goal now for this offense. Trying to get to the end zone. They'll run it left. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
What a great play by the defense here. Getting close to the goal line. Not only do they come up with a big stop, but they send them backwards in the process.
And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. Pressure is coming. And it's picked off in the end zone. And they tackle him right there, but that's a turnover.
Boy, just a drive killer right there, Chris. And he didn't seem to throw that ball with much confidence. Just put it up for grabs, and the defense comes down with it.
The Gators offense retakes the field. Last possession, they were stopped on 4th down, but it didn't cost them anything. And they put together something here. Defense is coming after him. Cannot escape that ferocious pass rush. It's a sack. On the 12-yard line, 2nd and long now.
Brings up 2nd down.
And the wideout goes in motion. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. Running back grabs it on a screen. Tackle finally made. That's a very solid gain, but not close to 1st down yardage yet.
Screen plays are risky because the defense can get to the quarterback, and it also can be covered. Many times, the quarterback just throws it away. Here they get some positive yards.
So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know, this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. First at the sideline, steps out after a short gain.
Runs out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Offense facing 4th down.
They're 1 for 3 so far on 4th down attempts. Can they convert here? Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Oh, they've stopped him short. What a 4th down play, and they will take over on downs now.
Maybe a little bit too creative here on this 4th down play call by the offense. I think the defense was anticipating the offense trying to get the ball into the hands of that.
And the junior able to get home with the sack.
That is outstanding defense to be able to leverage this quarterback. That is a tough thing to do. This guy's as fleet-footed as any quarterback in the country, and to be able to bring him down for a loss like that is a major advantage.
Again, he's just trapped and sacked in the pocket.
Boy, how fortunate is the Florida defensive coordinator when you can rely on speed and quickness like this on the defensive line. No need to blitz. You don't have to bring those linebackers when you have the tradition and speed and excellence in the defensive line like these Florida Gators have.
1 quarter to go. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. Begin the quarter with a crucial play. Offense setting up for this 3rd down. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Picked off, a crucial turnover. Look out, he's got some space. Inside the 20. Brings the interception all the way back. Touchdown, Gators.
Whoa, what a play here to take the lead by this defense. You expect your playmakers and your best players on the field to step up when the game's on the line, and that's exactly what this defender did here.
Locates the tight end. It's complete. And he will not get there. The defense stops him, and so the lead is still 1. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. He's tackled at the 10. Not good field position to start the drive. And the Rebels offense back out on the field. They're trying to recover from that last possession. They had things going, but then a pick six, a devastating play. They got to recover from that right now. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Man, this defense has had a great game today. Here we are in the fourth quarter. They've done a nice job of taking the run game completely away, making it a lot easier to zero in on that quarterback in the pass game.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Grab behind the line. It's Washington. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
And this crowd coming to life here, trying to help the defense get a stop. The offense pinned back. On third down, he drops to throw. Looks to the left, pass caught.
Now, there's just nothing here for the quarterback to do other than throw it to his back and hope that he can get the yards after the catch, enough for the first down. But the defense gives some yards, but not enough for him to get to the sticks.
He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. Touchdown, Florida. Big impact play by the special teams. Well, Kirk, we knew this guy was a dangerous returner. Took the football and just knifed through that coverage team.
You know, a lot of times when we talk about vision, usually we're talking about running backs trying to find a lane. But returners need to have that as well. And you just saw how great vision allows this returner to kind of weave his way through. For a touchdown.
And now here comes the point after attempt. The extra point up and good. So the lead now is 8 here in the fourth quarter. Now they get set to kick it away. And so it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. And the Rebels offense is back out on the field. This group is coming off a quick 3 and out, and they put something together in this drive. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. We start the drive with a good throw to the right. They bring him down quickly, a short pitch and catch to get a little bit closer to the marker. Second down after that run on the previous play. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Can he make it to the marker? And he will be stuffed for no gain. And the Rebels will bring their punt team onto the field. That's already his 5th punt of the game. Good effort by the return man. They get him down, but that's a solid gain on the return. And the Florida offense retakes the field. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And he's tackled right at the 40-yard line.
Well, this is where you really rely on your offensive line. Late in the game, you got the lead. You got to run the football. They know you're going to run the football. Get behind that big offensive line, run that running back, make sure he protects the football, and you got a great chance at a victory.
Man tackled after a small pickup there. Offense facing a 3rd and short from the 41. Can they make the first down and avoid a tricky 4th down decision? And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. Short throw, running back makes the catch behind the line of scrimmage. The defense swarms to make a tackle for loss on that third down catch.
Good job here by the defense on third down. Forget about throwing downfield. They go short, and they make them pay for it with a loss of yardage.
And the offense is out there. They're going to try for it again on fourth down. They're just 1 for 4. And the quarterback dropping back. Complete to the running back. But can he get there? Brought down to the 46. Good enough for a first down.
Oh, the defense blows an opportunity. You get them to fourth down, a chance to get the ball back to your offense, and instead it's a first down, and now this one could be over.
And, of course, they'll work the clock here, keep it on the ground. They bring him down, but a solid gain there on first down. Looks to be just inches short of the marker. The linebacker shifting around now. Second down play coming up for this offense. Hand off to the single back. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. This is a big third down play coming up. If they can get the stop, you have to believe we'd see a timeout. Try and muscle for the first down. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to preserve as much clock as possible. Leading here late in the game, they'll keep the offense on the field, trying to keep possession and stretch the lead. Crucial play here. They go to the air. It's complete. That's enough for a first down. They've got him, but he easily makes the first down, and this drive keeps going. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. The Gators starting a new series here on 1st and 10. Testing the right side here. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Well, there's that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer. Now, they try to run it here on second down, unable to get the first down. Now, late in the game like this, the big question, do you pass the ball potentially with an incompletion? The clock will stop. Or do you play it safe and keep it on the ground?
Picks up about 5 yards, but it's not enough. Here comes a fourth down now. Well, a really entertaining game. Kirk came right down to the end. They made the clutch plays, and that made the difference.
Well, we knew these teams were fairly evenly matched, and you really saw them go back and forth, trade blow for blow. Excellent team win by these guys, doing what they had to do in the final quarter to come out on top.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.